Well, it says I'm live. So this is my very first live stream, and you'll all have to bear with me because this is just a trial run. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Cassandra Dunn, and you can find me on Facebook at Cassandra Dunn and also at Cassandra S. Dunn. I have two different Facebook pages with almost about 10,000 friends and followers. It appears I'm being kind of limited in my Facebook outreach. I just got out of a 38-day jail sentence in Facebook. It seems like they extended my sentence until after the elections. I bet you Facebook did that on purpose to quite a few of us that share the truth so that we don't possibly sway the elections in one way or another. So again, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. It looks like the video is working. Yeah, I'm not sure about the audio. So once we get maybe some people on here live, Pookie Martinez, can you hear me okay? Revelation 2:9 says, I hear you, see you. Audio is good, loud and clear. Now let me take out my earbuds and let me know if you can hear me better or the same or not at all. So how does this work? Can you guys hear me without the earbuds? Or is it better with the earbuds? Same? Okay. All right. Woo-hoo! I am not computer savvy at all. So to me, this is a big something because I am just not computer savvy at all. Not very tech. Thank you for the flannel. I got a good recommendation to wear flannel today. Oh, yeah, from you, Kilted Niner fan. Very funny. So I have my flannel on. I've got my Armor of God necklace on. I always have it on with me. All right. So again, this is just the first of many live streams to come. Again, this is the first one. It's just kind of a trial run, a tester. And and the purpose of me doing this is to help you, to share my experience, my knowledge, which I do have a lot of experiences in my past, a lot of knowledge. I've worked in some interesting places. And Armor of God, very good. I wear it every day to work. Every day I wear this. It's my intention when I put it on that God protects me from all the dark energies that are in and around us every day. So I wear this every day to work, especially where I work. It's a very dark place. So back to my live stream. So my intent, because intent is everything. Intent is everything. So my intent with this live stream now and in the future is to help people talk about topics that maybe people would like clarified or guidance on, or just a good discussion about truth, because I'm all about the truth. So help me God. Okay, so now that you guys can see and hear me good, does anybody have any topics that they would like to talk about? Oh, the nasal swab video. Yeah, it did go viral. I was shocked when I went to a couple of people's websites and YouTube channels and Rumble channels, people that I watch or used to watch, like Charlie Ward. He had posted my swab video on his website. So one day I was scrolling on his website and I went, oh, someone else did a video about the swab. And it was me. So I'm like, oh, but anyway, yeah, the swab video was taken down on YouTube. Hundreds of thousands of people have seen it, and YouTube has taken it down due to the insane amount of censorship. So that's a good reminder for me on these live videos, especially on YouTube, that I have to choose my words carefully due to the insane amount of censorship, which is very sad because it seems that the censorship is not only unconstitutional, in my opinion, it's harming people, and even in some cases killing people, because they're preventing the truth from getting out. Shame on them. May their karma come swiftly and quickly. So yeah, the nasal swab was your first video you watched, Tay? Yeah. Oh, you downloaded it before YouTube took it down. Well, thank you very much for sharing that. Everything I do share is coming from my research, my experience, and it's as truthful and as detailed as I can possibly make it, because people are not getting the truth. And I really dig and dig and dig to get to the truth of things. So when I'm not at work, I research. I listen to others. I read. I go to websites. I do this probably 1 to 5 hours every single day for years. Thank you, Kilted Niner fan. You've seen all my videos. Okay. And this is just who I am. I love doing it. I used to work as a federal medical investigator years ago. My office was in Lansing, Michigan, and I was kind of like a detective in a way. I would get a little manila envelope on my desk about a higher level allegation that needed to be investigated in regards to treatment at medical care facilities. And with that, I had to investigate. Each case was unique. One might have involved a death, wrongful death, injury, harm, abuse, neglect, theft, things like that, but higher level allegations. So I was an independent investigator for the state and feds for CMS. I was trained by CMS for a couple weeks in Texas, and then I had extensive training by a state detective for about 6 months. And then after that, I did that for a few years. I was a pretty good investigator. I never lost a case. I was always very fair and thorough. So I did that. And with that training, it was excellent training to help me in my future to continue to dig into everything that's been going on in the last couple of years. So I did that. I've been a nurse for decades. I've worked in hospitals, nursing homes, and I can't say where I currently work because the union has approached me several times to say, please do not state publicly where I work. I do work for a federal agency in a very secure facility. That's all I can say. So I'm not representing the place where I do work because also I don't want to risk the safety and security of my coworkers also. So maybe someday I'll be able to disclose, but not right now. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I'm not representing any federal agency. These videos are just for informational purposes. And I am just representing myself as Cassandra Dunn, a healthcare practitioner, a certified official guide from the Casa de Dom Inacio in Brazil. And as a mom, as a Grammy, as a doula, as a human being. So I just wanted to make that very clear. You should be running the FDA. I know. So as far as our government agencies, it's best I choose my words carefully, but hopefully someday we'll have the best of the best running our 3-letter agencies. People that are heart-centered, people that have morals and values, people that have a connection to source and creation, people that have souls. And I'm hoping that that day comes soon. Yes, I do have the same Facebook account. It's under Cassandra Dunn or Cassandra S. Dunn. But again, I'm in jail a lot. I just got out from a 38-day sentence, which was extended. It was originally 30 days for posting something about what an attorney had found in court documents in regards to the thing that you get here. Again, I have to choose my words wisely because I don't want to be censored or kicked off YouTube right now anyway. I'll eventually go to Rumble where there's no censorship, but I'm lucky I got on Facebook and YouTube Live right now, so I'll have to figure it out. Okay. Yeah, I would love to run the FDA. I would take that job. I would love a job in Gitmo too. So, what else? Yeah, join Rumble. I am on Rumble. I don't think you can do a live video on Rumble. I could be wrong. But see, my purpose is to do it live so that I can get real-time questions from the audience on topics that they would like to talk about. Anything from anything. Because again, if you read some of my background, not only do I have a healthcare background, but I have a spiritual UFO background. I am a contactee, and I need to start being comfortable talking about that because people need to know we are not alone. They are here, they are helping, and they're trying to help as much as galactically possible. They can't interfere with free will, but they are here, our star family, interdimensional beings. So I am a contactee. I started getting contact back in 2011. It started in Michigan. And someday I can talk about that. I also have some interesting pictures. I also used to live right next to Area 51, maybe half a mile from the back gate. And I've had some experiences there with telepathy and also a gray. Again, some of the things I talk about are a little woo-woo, but people need to start sharing their experiences and not being afraid of belittled and ridiculed, because I think a lot of people have had experiences and seen things, but peer pressure kind of keeps it to yourself. And I think it's time for us to start talking about it. It's exciting. There's so much truth out there. We have been lied to about everything. Everything. Every single thing we've been lied to about from birth for the last hundreds of years, if not thousands of years. So let's see what some of the comments are in my chat. So someone, Lady Kick says, you can go live on Rumble. That's great to hear. So I'll start investigating how to do that. Because again, the censorship on YouTube and Facebook is insane. And I think Rumble allows a little bit more free speech. Yes, everything is backwards. And that's how Satan likes it. He likes to invert everything, and everything is backwards. Let's see there. And the whole goal is to remove creation from humanity. Creation meaning God. And that is why they're giving you these so much, over 72 of them from birth until 18. That's why they're calcifying your pineal gland with toxic tap water. That's why young men are confused on if they're male or female. And that's why young females are confused. Are they male or female? Lots of hormone disruptors in our food, water, plastics, and these things. They all mess up your hormones and your genetics. So again, Satan loves to invert and reverse everything and separate you 100% from God, your connection to creation. Because they hate God. They hate humanity. They hate human beings because we have a soul. We have a spark of divine energy from God. And they hate you for that. because they don't have it. They don't have emotions. They don't have a conscience. They're just parasites, and they want to suck off humanity. And I think this is the time where people need to start talking about it. And I think they are. Let's see what else is going on in here. What's going on with the morgues and what the morgues are finding? Well, it appears that there's lots of whistleblowers in the morgues and in the funeral homes, the people that are doing the embalming. They're finding lots of non-living tissue growing inside the body. They're finding weird clots that are not blood-based. They're finding a difficult time to be able to embalm people because the arteries are all plugged up. And there's lots of embalmers coming out. And of course, you won't find any of this on mainstream media because they don't want you to know. That's why. So you have to use non-stream media to search for some nuggets of truth. Is the swab also affecting hormones? I don't know. I don't trust those swabs. They're made in China. And they've got, chemicals on them that do harm. So when the illness first came out a few years ago, I got really sick, really high fever, numerous clots in my right middle lobe, severe flu-like symptoms. I mean, I was very sick. So I went to the doctor so that I could get a note for work, and they did a swab, and I wasn't educated at that time. This was about April of 19, I think. No, 20. April of 20. And I didn't realize it, but when I was in the urgent care, I didn't know what they were going to do. And again, I had clots, I couldn't breathe, fevers of 103. I was really sick. And this technician came in with this swab, and she crammed it up into my skull. And I wasn't ready for that. But they got me. For a few months after that, I had a sore throat. The middle of my skull hurt. And then I started researching, how safe are these swabs? Well, first of all, that was a trauma. You don't do that, right? I mean, if I would have known that was going to happen, I would have never allowed it to happen. But again, back in that situation, I was really sick. And she crammed that thing up into my skull. And so, yeah, that's what got me started thinking, what's in that thing? So I started reading the swabs at work and online and where they come from and what's on them and how they're sterilized. Poison, toxins, carcinogens, and who knows what else. They're made in China. Where's the oversight? Where are the safety studies? Where's the long-term care studies? The long-term studies on these chemicals being crammed up your nose. There are some state employees here where I live that had to get them every day for work, every day. So I'm wondering, what type of cancers they're going to get. So I don't know if it disrupts your hormones or not. I wouldn't doubt it. Nothing would surprise me anymore with those swabs. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat here. Yeah, the brain swab, right? Yeah, a lot of people can't handle the truth. Well, unfortunately, if you can't handle the truth, it may kill you because people need to start waking up and taking back your power. Question everything. You're so conditioned from elementary school. Sit down and shut up. Ask nothing. Just shut up and listen and do what we tell you to do. Well, with that kind of thinking, that's going to kill you. You need to start questioning everything. So my saying as an investigator, the 2 words that I lived by was investigate further. I question everything, investigate further. And there are some times where I even get hit. T-boned by, oh man, I should have known better. Why did I do that? But unfortunately, yeah, people can't handle the truth. Well, people need to start listening to the truth and investigating further and getting off your bottom and doing a little research, right? Lazy people are not going to make it. Ignorant people are not going to make it. So when you put out to the universe, oh gosh, I need help with this. Help me, guide me to the truth. The universe will answer your prayer. I am not a religious person, so I just want to put that out there. I do not follow any religion. In my opinion only, religions are based on fear and control and guilt. I grew up Catholic, young kid going to a Catholic church on Sunday, sitting there. I'm such a sinner. I'm a terrible human being. I'm going to go to hell. BS. BS. Anything to lower your vibration. So I'm a very spiritual person. I have my own connection to source, my own connection to my guides. I pray, but I call it talking to the universe. I put my intention out there, my desires, my heart, things I need help with. And I've had hundreds of experiences spiritually, out of body experiences, telepathy, all kinds of experiences since 2011. So let's see what else is going on in this ethylene oxide. I don't want to say it too loud. Yes, the swab. What do I think of the pneumonia shot? So Donna Rella, that's a great question. She's asking, what do I think of the pneumonia shot? Again, I have to be very careful because of censorship, and I have to choose my words wisely. These things that go in your upper arm, let me give you some facts about them. There is no liability, thanks to President Reagan. No liability whatsoever. They can kill you, they can kill your baby, and there's no recourse. They can put stuff in there by accident, like HCG or glass or all kinds of other poisons and toxins and contaminants. And they don't even have to tell you. And they can get away with it. There's no liability whatsoever. There's no oversight. There's no safety studies. Senator Kennedy did a lawsuit a year or two ago or three, proving that the Department of Health and Human Services was supposed to be tasked with doing safety studies on those things that go here. Guess how many they did? None. So those of you considering the pneumonia thingy or any other thingy, I will ask you to read the vaccine package insert. Oh gosh, I said the V word live. I have to be careful. So read the thingy package insert. They're all online. Read them. Read the ingredients. Read the side effects. Another fact I will give you about these thingies is that they have killed more people than the potential acute illness they supposedly protect you from. Let that sink in. I hope that doesn't get me banned on YouTube. Filled with garbage. It's filled with garbage. Do your research. Come up with your own conclusions. And in the last, I've researched these thingies for years, thousands of hours. A lot of contaminants, a lot of contaminants that are very toxic and dangerous. I personally will never get anything in my arms, nor will I administer any of those things as a healthcare provider. I won't do it because after thousands of hours of research, I've come to the conclusion that they're not for me, and I'm not going to give them. Yes, there is a spiritual battle going on. So part of also what I do as a spiritual medium and the light worker is I help clear negative energies. And I do sometimes talk to dead people. Usually people that are recently passed away, they usually hang around for a little while to say goodbye. So just because someone leaves the physical body doesn't mean they're dead forever. They're just in another frequency. So we have a very dense physical body in this 3D reality. We need to eat a lot and drink a lot and sleep a lot. And we can smell, taste, and feel. But once our energy leaves the body, after the body dies, we're just in an energy form because everything is energy and you can't destroy energy. We are a spark of divine energy, a soul, a spirit, whatever you want to call it. So once we disengage from the body, once the body dies, we're just in a different frequency. That's all. And once you, so I try to tap in to those that are in the spirit body, get messages, pass messages along. So part of what I do is I help clear negative energies and send the energy to the light. So that's part of what I do also. Let's see what else is going on here. So yes, this is a spiritual war, meaning that there are very dark energies working to take out humanity or transform humanity and separate humanity from creation. So they're also kind of like parasites. They don't want all of us dead because they need us. They need our physical body because they don't have one. I have felt this way for a while, and I've started to hear this from others, that once you get these recent things here, it alters your genetics and your DNA. So when you incarnate, when your soul enters the baby that you're going to incarnate, your genetics are matched up with the frequency of the soul. So the body has to match the soul for a good fit. If not, maybe a miscarriage might happen. But when you get these things, it alters your genetics. That's no big secret anymore. Studies have come out. Doctors and scientists and researchers are finding that out. They lied. So then once you get that and your genetics is altered, the spirit doesn't fit so good anymore. So you kind of shift, disengaged, while these dark beings and entities can start parasiting, start entering your physical body. I've noticed a lot of changes in people that get 2 or 3 of these. They're a bit nasty, angry, not the same. I've talked to some people that read auras, and they say the same thing, that when they read the people that got these things, that their energy is kind of shifted. It's not 100% in the body anymore. I know this is a lot for a lot of people. But again, we need to start talking about this because time's running out. Time's running out, people. You know, I'm not a public speaker. I'm not trained in providing the news. I'm not trained in sitting in front of a camera. I particularly don't like it, you know, but I'm putting myself out here because time's running out. People need to know. And so when I physically die and go home and have my life review, I want my guides and my peers and the masters to say, Dunn, I know you weren't comfortable in front of the camera, but you did good. You did what you could. And you spoke to the ears that will listen. So why do people not care? It's crazy how people don't care, says Mercedes Luck Benedict. I know. I think a lot of people are so poisoned and depressed that they can't see their way out. And it's very sad. It's very sad. I can't heal people. Healing comes from within, and it takes a lot of work. I know. I was offered hospice in 2011. Yes, I was. I was in a wheelchair for a year, an electric wheelchair. I was bedbound for a year, getting bed sores. Yeah, me. Then I realized I wanted to know the truth. I prayed in bed every day. About 22 hours a day, I researched, laying there on my computer or my laptop in my medical bed, wanting to know the truth about everything and anything. And I demanded the universe bring me truth. I prayed to my spirit guides. I didn't know what to call them at the time, but I knew they were there. And before hospice was offered, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself, take myself out. Because I knew once hospice was offered, they just overdose you on morphine and you're gone in a few days to a week or two. So I wanted to do it myself. So I was going to one night, and that's when I received divine intervention. And they told me, don't do it. Right as I was supposed to do it, they said, don't do it. And so I sobbed and cried and says, why? Why all this suffering? I'm in so much pain. I'm on morphine, methadone, MS Contin, and a whole box of meds. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to go home. And so I cried and demanded, why shouldn't I end my life? And you know what they told me? One word, which I did not expect, but they said love. So I said, okay, if you don't want me to go home right now, then help me heal. Tell me what I got to do, and I will do it. And I surely did. And my journey after that was mind-blowing. There's a lot of people that aren't ready to say what I have to share, but it's the truth. And I'm happy to share that maybe next time on a next live video. So what else do we have in here? It's a personal relationship, period. That's right. And I'm not different than anybody else. It's not that I'm special. It's just that I have worked on it for over a decade. I have worked on finding truth. I've worked on healing and health. I've worked on my own physical body, my own spiritual body, my own spiritual growth. To be able to afford my healing. I mean, I sold every piece of gold I had. I sold everything. I lived in my minivan for a few years. You know, you do what you got to do if that's what you want. And God will help you. I have no doubt. Yeah, any prick is a bad prick. Right on. I agree. I will agree with that. 666 in the C word. Yep, I agree. Do you have any idea what to detox the body with? All right, great question. I'm always on a detox of some sort. I rotate my detoxes every few months. Sometimes I do a parasite detox. Sometimes I do a metals detox. Sometimes I do a fungus detox, but I rotate them. I shift them up. I have a feeling you're asking about a detox about this thing, the latest, this thing that people get two of, and then a third or fourth one. I have been looking at this for 2 years already. There is no simple detox. It's a multi-layered prick that includes technology beyond your comprehension. Physical, nanotechnology, energetic technology, spiritual technology, genetic technology, cesium 138. I always like to give hope, but the more you get of these things, of the latest prick in the last couple years, the more toxic and detached you get. So it's a loading dose. The first one, not good, but not as terrible. The second one almost does you in. The third one is the icing on the cake. There's almost like no going back. Unless, with everything I've looked at coming from my heart, the only thing I can say is repent and talk to a higher power. Until maybe the med beds come out, med bed technology. For those that you don't know about it, you can go to my website at www.purplelineproject.com. I talk about the med beds a little bit. Lots of our healing technology is tied up in the patent offices by design. So there's cures to a lot of stuff. I'll guarantee you that. And I know that med beds are a real thing because I have spoken to a captain that was in the United States Marine Corps Special Services that was healed by a med bed. He had an arm blown off and it regrew it back. So med beds are a real thing, except the public can't get them because it would collapse the pharmaceutical Nazi corporation that's running the planet right now. Let's see what else is going on here in the chat. So back to detox the body with. C60 help. Now, every little bit you can do to detox from these things from the last couple years, I can't say it. But the most popular one that's been in the news, this prick. Any type of detox is great. Intermittent fasting. Not eating GMO foods, because the GMO foods change your genetics, weaken your physical body. So no GMO foods, no processed foods, no garbage foods, no soda garbage. C60 I heard helps. When I had the clots, I took all natural remedies to dissolve them. I don't take pharmaceuticals unless it's a last resort. Now, there's always a place for pharmaceuticals at a very last resort. I have healed a very close family member with a rare stage 3 cancer. She was young, about 30. With all natural remedies, about $400 or $500 worth, and holistic healing. But all these cures are held up in the patent office by design. They're tucked away. Free energy, all that stuff. It's here. It's just tucked away because the corporations are making too much money off suffering, cancer, gasoline. So back to detox. I did post on one of my Facebook pages a detox by FLCC. Take a look at that. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. And I know people were coerced into it and threatened with their jobs. So was I. I was threatened too. And I said, absolutely not. I says, I'm not going to get it or give it. And the threats rolled out, but they couldn't fire 40% of us, right? And then all of a sudden, nothing. Crickets. You don't hear anything about it. But the people that were coerced into it, are pretty pissed off. That's all I can say. There's a lot of coworkers I have that are very upset. They were lied to and pressured into getting a medical procedure, an experimental prick that they did not want. And the side effects. So, what else? So as far as detoxes, like I say, I rotate them every couple months. Right now I'm doing a metals detox, and I will show you what I personally use for a metal detox. Now, metals are sticky substances. Once they get in your body, they're hard to get out, and they do a lot of harm, a lot of neurological harm. A lot of kids have kind of brain damage that starts with an A, neurological damage from these things, because there's lots of metals in there: aluminum, lead, mercury, right? Very toxic substances that don't belong in the body. Our tap water's got lead, leaching lead from the fluoride that leaches the lead out of the pipes. A lot of processed foods have some metals in them. So what I do to detox is I take lots of chlorella. I probably take 20 or 30 of these a day. Chlorella tablets. I take vitamin C, a more natural kind. Food-based, if you can get food-based vitamins and remedies, that's the best, because then your body can recognize the energy in it and use it. That garbage you buy from Walmart, the vitamins, anger me because they're made in China. And if you look at the ingredients, they're all GMO toxic chemicals. Do not buy vitamins at Walmart or CVS, or you really got to do your research. Not all vitamins are the same. So those garbage vitamins you get at Walmart, they actually do more harm than any good. They cause cancer. GMO garbage made in China. Do we trust China? I know I don't. Himalayan sea salt is full of lead. So yeah, you got to be careful. Not all salt is good. I use real sea salt made by Redmond. So human beings and living creatures need salt. Every cell needs a salt. So yeah, buy nothing. No vitamins from Walmart. So going back to my metals detox, vitamin C. Vitamin C helps chelate. So I take quality vitamin C. Cilantro helps with heavy metals. A tincture, liquid tincture, is always stronger. And it's very potent. Oh gosh, this cilantro is very potent. So I put it in a gel cap to swallow. So cilantro's great. I take that. I take iodine. I put about 6-8 drops of iodine on my skin, rub it in every day. I take horsetail tablets and tincture to help detox metals. And then also to help the detox process, I take NAC and also glutathione. And the way these metals come out, they come out usually in your stool and your poop. So you got to make sure you're pooping every day. This chlorella can kind of bind you up a little bit. So you got to make sure you're pooping every day to get those metals out so they don't get reabsorbed. So I take a daily gentle something. Usually it's Dr. Schultz's intestinal formula #1. That's the best one. That stuff is great. You just take one a day, and it will clean you out without any cramps, any diarrhea, all that good stuff. But he did increase the price to $75 a bottle. But you only need one a day. But right now I'm using Dr. Christopher's lower bowel. But Dr. Schultz's website's a wonderful website for detox of parasites. One time I came back from Brazil. I've been to Brazil about 17 or 18 times. I used to live down there working as a medium in the Spiritual Healing Center, the Casa de Dom Inacio. Yes, it's the John of God Healing Center. And those of you that have heard about it, it was taken down. You can't have millions of people healed. And it was taken down kind of from the inside out. But lots of good stuff has happened there. So if anybody wants to talk about that in the future, just let me know. And so, yeah, so that's my Oh, and then cilantro, you can get a huge bag of it powdered for pretty cheap. And then what I do is I take the powder and I put it in a large 000 gel cap, these gel caps. And I just use where is it? I just use a little funnel. Here it is. I just use a little funnel to fill up the gel caps. So this is a lot cheaper. So cilantro is very powerful for metals detox. So you better start, if you've never detoxed before, you need to start slow, and work your way up. You don't want to get sick. All right. So that's my metals detox that I'm doing right now. I take NAC and glutathione as well. Also milk thistle and dandelion liver cleanse. Yes, I do. I have that also. So, so when you can support the body and get these toxins out. So in my opinion, my experience, most diseases, almost all diseases are man-made. It's either something of the 3 I's, I call it. Something you either inject, ingest, or inhale. So diseases are a toxin, a poison inside the body that's causing symptoms, or it's a lack of a nutrient. So that's my opinion from what I have found. A lot of people are now brainwashed thinking that, oh, MS is just one of those things, or right? Or cancer, oh, it's just one of those things. Or, it's just one of those things. Live with it. High blood pressure, it's just one of those things. No, it's not. No, it's not. People are designed to be hearty and healthy. It's us that screw it up. And one of the first thing I tell people when they come to me when they're sick is I ask them, and they don't like it, but it's the truth. What did you do to yourself? So I had somebody come up to me that had shingles really bad. And I said, well, what did you do to yourself? What did you do to your immune system? And then she says, well, I got one of these things a couple weeks ago to protect me from hepatitis B. I said, well, if you read the vaccine, darn it, I did it again. I cannot say that V word. But anyway, I says, if you read the package insert, it says that shingles herpes is a potential side effect, right? And shingles is not fun to have. It's a virus that travels on your nerve roots, very painful, very painful. And then if you get it in your eye, you could go blind, and it's, but hey, it's just one of those things. I have shingles. You just no, your body's toxic overload. You've been poisoned and infected. That's what it is. But yeah, in my experience, most diseases are caused by something you either inject, ingest, or inhale. The 3 I's. So what did you do to yourself? And then you got to fix it, which is not always easy. And the third leading cause of death in the United States is by the treatment of a MD. In my opinion, it's number 1. They just don't report it. So I think more and more people are starting to wake up to that. Now, see, when I started this 10 years ago, started sharing the truth about these pricks, people laughed at me more so. And it's like, yeah, oh no, we've got the mantra down. They're safe and effective. I'm like, no, they're not. I have firsthand personal experience that they are not. And I'll say it again, that these things have killed more people than the potential acute infection that they supposedly protect you from. Look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Every time I've called a health department on a supposed outbreak, what did I find? Each time I called for stats, they said the positive infections, the verified infections of said outbreak, over 95% were in the fully pricked. Let that sink in. Hey, from Switzerland. Holy cow. Wow. Great. All right. How long have I been yakking? 50 minutes? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad this seems to be working out all right. I just wanted to share a little treat I have. I don't drink colas or mainstream sodas, but I did find a little gem called Olipop. It's got prebiotics, botanicals, and plant fiber in it. It's about $2.50 a can at Sprouts, but it's a nice little treat and it's good for you. It's got good stuff in it. No, I'm not getting anything for advertising this. I'm just sharing a little gem I found. So it's a nice little treat, again, for $2.50. But, I don't go to Starbucks and anything and spend $4 or $5 on a chemical shitstorm of cancer GMO garbage in a coffee cup. Yeah, I never go to Starbucks. But anyway, this is a nice little treat. It tastes really good. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Mankind managed to get by for thousands of years, millions, without getting needle doinked, right? We've been around for millions, if not billions of years. And all of a sudden, in the last 120 years, these things filled with carcinogens, neurological toxins, poisons, metals, formaldehyde, aborted fetal DNA, monkey kidney cells, dog kidney cells. You know how so many kids died from peanut allergies many years ago? You know why? Because they were putting peanut oil in the pickers. Sick. It's a sick satanic brew of garbage and monkey kidney cells. Where's the oversight? Where's the liability? If they were so safe and effective, how come you can't sue them? You know why? Because they'd be out of business. Yes, the outbreaks were the vaccine. Oh, God, I did it again. Come on, guys, help me out here. Yes, the outbreaks. They were traced back to the strain that was in this poker to begin with. Anywho. Yeah, we all need to forgive ourselves. I was stupid and ignorant and closed-minded 20, 30 years ago. I started in nursing school in 1986. Things were a lot different back then. Doctors were independent practitioners. They weren't owned by the hospital corporation. Informed consent was a real thing. Informed consent comes from the Nuremberg trials after World War II, because people were being brutalized and experimented on in horrific ways in the camps. No informed consent. They were being experimented on, and they couldn't say no. So out of the Nuremberg trials came the Nuremberg Code of Medical Ethics, informed consent. That means you're to be told the risks versus the benefits. Does anybody know what the ingredients are in this thing in the last couple of years, this pricker? I actually went to Walmart and asked the pharmacist. I says, hey, can I see the V package insert? And the pharmacist kind of looked at me and said, okay. I said, well, I'm a healthcare provider and I'd just like to see it. They brought it out to me, and it was a big piece of paper like they usually are, and it had nothing on it, nothing other than intentionally left blank. 3 words on a big piece of paper like this, 3 words, intentionally left blank. You know why? Because it's none of your business. It's none of your business what's in it. It's none of your business, the side effects, no safety studies, no short-term studies, no long-term studies. Yeah, none of your business. Just go ahead and do it. Just do what we say and take it. Yeah, it's empty, blank, 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 empty. I was shocked. Intentionally left blank. What kind of informed consent is that? Hopefully, from what I'm hearing, there are some attorneys that are working very hard on bringing this to light. I don't want to say their names on here, but they're very intelligent, well-versed, researched attorneys that see the real agenda. And now they're even seeing that this is a spiritual war. This is a war for humanity. You're not even called, those that got a couple of these are no longer called Homo sapiens. Court records show that you're called Homo borgenesis. You know, go to the Moderna's website. It says it right in there. It's an operating system. It connects you to the I don't know, the Internet of Things. Some doctors were posting videos on YouTube that they've been taking. They were looking up what do you call Bluetooth codes in cemeteries, and people were emitting their own Bluetooth code. You know, this stuff is crazy. I know it is. It's crazy. It's almost too hard to even fathom as a human being, because again, we have souls, we have emotions, we love. We don't want to see babies hurt or die. You know, we have empathy. We have emotion. We love. That's because we are from God. We are from creation. We're sparks of divine energy. And that's what it is. It's love. These creatures running the planet are not. I know that's heavy to take in. They're demons. Look at the bloke who won a woman's beauty pageant in New Hampshire, and the women clapped. I don't get it. This basketball player that's in Russia that was arrested for having some kind of drug on her. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? I really don't want to say the name, but there's this. Yeah, her. Lady Kick 36. Yeah, her. Have you seen pictures of her? The dude's like 6'8", no breasts, broad shoulders, deep voice. So is that a female? You know, I don't care what people are. I'm all for individual freedom. The issue I have is the fraud and the lies and profiting as a superstar athlete when you have testosterone and testicles giving you the power of a man. What is that doing to the rest of the actual women on the team and on other teams? That's cheating. How is that fair? Again, I don't care how you live your life. Be authentic. Be genuine. And that's what I encourage people to be. Be you. You be you. Right? You know, you don't have to judge people. I don't care. I like it when people can be their authentic self. But when you're a fraud and you're profiting off lies, that's what bugs me. You know, that's why they have women's teams and that's why they have men's teams, because men are obviously stronger than women, right? It's the way it is. That's the way God made us. There's men and there's women. And yes, I've met some hermaphrodites in my life. People that had both sexual organs. And that happens too. Fine. Right. Very funny, Kiltered Niner fan. I'm going to wear a wig and compete as a woman in the Highland Games. That would be funny. But yeah, karma does come around. It does. Karma, I believe in karma. Because we are energy beings, everything we do and think is recorded. It's recorded in our energy. It's recorded in the Akashic records. It's forever. And the universe always makes a balance of everything. Now, karma is not always a bad thing. Karma is a experience of the other side. It's a balance of experiences. So karma is not always a bad thing. And I would never want to put out bad karma to somebody, even though at the beginning of the video I kind of did. But God will take care of that. God's in control. Don't think that these idiot parasite demons are running the show. God and higher level beings see everything, and they're not going to get away with it. I think massive changes are coming. I think we're on the cusp of something great. Just hang in there. Hang in there. Do the best you can. If you got these pokers, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive others. Forgiveness is, I have found, one of the greatest healing modalities that there is. Forgiveness. Crying it out, letting that emotion out. You don't have to see someone face to face to forgive them. You can just sit there and close your eyes and send the person that upsets you just loving energy and I'm sorry. You know, you can just send it. So it starts with forgiveness of yourself and others. We've all made bad mistakes. I know I've made plenty in my life, plenty. But I've grown from them. I've learned from them. And I think at my age, and my birthday's coming up in a few weeks, I've learned a lot. And that's what it's about. And that's what it's about. So, can you help me clean my energy field? And I'm not pokered. So what I do to keep my energy high, I watch what I put in this hole right here. I eat good, high vibrational foods. Yeah, sometimes I don't. Once in a great while, I'll go to Five Guys, and I made some organic Rice Krispie treats today, but I limit my sugar. Sugar lowers your vibration. It lowers your energy. So this has a little bit of good sugar in it. It's only got 35 calories. So I watch what I eat. I eat organic grass-fed meats in little amounts. So I eat good food to keep my energy and vibration strong. I also don't drink alcohol. Alcohol will lower your vibration in a second. It'll weaken you and allow all this dark stuff to attach and attack you. So I don't drink any alcohol. Of course, I never smoked. I pray every day, meaning I talk to the universe. I ask for blessings and protection every day. I did share my prayer of protection on my YouTube video. You can watch that. So what else? What else can you do? So I do clearing prayers, cleansing prayers every day. Again, and I help keep my energy strong. I try to sleep good every day. I know it's hard. A lot of people have issues sleeping. So do I. It's been an 18-year-long struggle with sleep. But these wireless, these things next to you drain your energy too. So, And of course, I don't do any of these things, these prickers to mess with my energy. So food, prayer, and no alcohol is a big way to keep your energy up. And oh boy. Yeah, lots of people having strokes and heart attacks. Another one, heart attack. Very sad. Yeah. So anywho, an hour and 5 minutes. Oh my God, you guys are probably have had enough already. All right. So unless there's anything else I can share? Any final questions, suggestions, ideas? Volume is good. Everything is good. So this was a good trial run, I think. I think it went good. So, yeah, and I got good advice on the flannel. Good looking out. So, I listen to a lot of people every day. And one fella that I found exciting and interesting to listen to was Kabbalah Guru. He's interesting fella. He's heart-centered, he's hopeful, he's heart-centered, but he's awake and aware to a lot of the stuff going on. To our star family, to these pokers, to politics and everything else. Interesting fella. So anyway, so what I would like to ask from everybody, either live chat or someone that watches it later, please share some ideas on future live podcast videos. When will I be on next? I would like to do this once a week. I think once a week would be good. So again, I'll review some topics that people can ask about or inquire about. Is, of course, I've been a nurse for decades. I lived at East Seti Ranch, James Gilliland's ranch, for over a year. So I did that. Lots of experiences there. Met lots of people there. I lived in Brazil for on and off for half of the past 11 years. I'm an official entity approved guide at the Casa de Dom Inacio, which, yes, it's the John of God Healing Center. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on about John of God in the last year or two. I can also speak to my experience with that. A former Federal Medical Investigator. I've researched many thousands of hours into detox, nutrition, and these poker thingies here. Spent years looking into that, hot and heavy. Our star family experiences. Yeah, you're interested in the whole John of God Healing Center and how it worked. Yeah. Did you hear that he was arrested for claims of child trafficking and raping and all that? I have personally never seen any of that. And again, I've lived there. I lived a block from the healing center. Yeah. It was a calculated takedown. Now, I have met, we don't call him John of God. Let me get that straight. That is a name created by the media. We call him Medium Joao, Medium John. So we call him Medium Joao. The media called him John of God. And when he answers to that, he also clarifies that he's not God, that God works through him to heal people. He does not heal anybody. He doesn't take that responsibility. He does not heal anybody. It's through a higher power that healing came through. So there were allegations of raping and child trafficking by a non-government organization, an NGO, and he was arrested, and pretty much the healing center collapsed. I spent 6 months a year down there for quite a few years because that's as long as you can stay. So I got down there a few months after he was arrested, and pretty much it was a trickle at the healing center after that. Maybe a dozen people there versus 2,000 to 3,000 every day. And so, yeah, I would like to share some experiences and what the healing center was like. It gave a lot of hope and it helped me. It's why I'm here today, alive and healthy. The experiences I've had were many, out of this world, fantastic. Lots of good things. There were thousands of beings that came there, higher level entities that came to help in the healing of humanity. It wasn't just the physical person, Medium Joao, also known as John of God. So I had calculated the 41 or 2 years it was open that millions have come there for healing. And most have had a profound experience. But you don't hear about that in the end. You only hear about the allegations that he was raping and child trafficking babies. And I personally have never seen or heard of any of that. I don't know if it happened. I mean, I lived there. I didn't see anything. I didn't experience anything negative. But yeah, we can talk about that in a later video. So let's see what else. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I think it went well tonight for my first trial run, my first sample of doing this live stuff. Like I say, I'm not computer savvy. I'm surprised I was able to figure this out, actually. So anyway, thank you all for your support and kindness. You know, we're all in this together. And I know who Q is. I don't know if I can even say that on YouTube. But the one thing that sticks out is where we go one, we go all. We are humanity. You know, we all need to stick together. The division has been insane. The dark has divided us in every way, shape, and form because together we're strong, right? Right? Humanity is powerful, but when they've divided us, even by skin tone and shades of black and shades of white, I was talking to a friend of mine who has brown skin, and he says that he even gets harassed by those that are lighter skinned, lighter brown skin than him. And that's just damn sad, right? We fell for it. We fell for their trap. Division. That's where they got us. So we're all together. I'm only human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not a public speaker, but hey, let's get together again in about a week and do this again, right? Yeah, everything is a program. And it's a bad program, actually. So, but I think people are massively awakening to the agenda here. This latest thing is quite an eye-opening, right? The lies, the people that died in the nursing homes alone, the people that died in hospitals alone, the people that gave birth without dad there, without putting dad on a bare chest right after birth to connect with the male energy. Oh my gosh. This is a spiritual war, guys. I have no doubt. And we all need to do our part, doing something. So I'm doing these podcasts. I'm posting on Facebook when I'm not in jail. I try to talk to people gently about stuff. And we all need to do that. All of us. So every one of you do a little something, even if it's outside your comfort zone. Just do it with kindness and love. Lady Kick, you're a nurse too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just reading some of the chats. Thank you so much for your support. And leave some comments here later on ideas, suggestions, how I can make it better, what I can talk about. And hopefully YouTube will not ban me. And then in the meantime, I will look at Rumble to see how to do a live video there, because it appears that there's little to no censorship there. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for getting through this very first live video with me. I appreciate you all, and I love you all. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you very soon. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. I don't know how to end the M stream. Okay. All right, then. I'll try this. See, I told you I don't know what I'm doing.